One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival and sprinted across the field with giant leaps. Oh shit, that scared the fuck out of me. With the move and our parents. Oh! What the hell was that? Shadows dancing in the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time. Suddenly the music had stopped. That's just a moment. Oh! Hello everybody, it's Wacky Warlock. How the bloody hell is? And we are back with the Tiny Buddy Part 2. If you missed the first part, I'll leave a link in the description. Without bloody further ado, let's go, mates. So last time we left off, we just seen some like werewolves outside, and we had some bad nightmares and shit, and this is the next morning. So here we go. That's what I didn't want to laugh at, Older and her owl in the morning. What do I just button? Oh, that one. I forgot, sorry. Haha. We're ringing the doorbell, what the hell? So early, I haven't even finished my breakfast. Who could be visiting us in the middle of nowhere? The wolves, man! Okay. Don't know anyone around here. Well, you're about to know somebody, aren't you? Oh, so persistent. I felt extremely unsettled just from a silly thought that our morning guest could have come from the woods. I could barely hear voices coming from the front door. My mind was urging me to hide. In the closet. Under the table. Behind the curtains where Ola always hides. Ooh, so many decisions, you better make up your mind, son. Oh, what do I... Oh, there's no... Oh, this is Mum's voice. Teddy, come here. I felt like kettle balls were tied to my feet, but I still dragged them towards the hallway. A couple of policemen towered over me in the doorway. Uh-oh, what's going on? They smell like frost and worry. That's a bad smell to have, you know. The frost and the worry smell. My mum always winced and crumbled the moment she saw patrol cars. Worse than bandits. At the moment, though, she looked somewhat confused. Hello? Oh, wait, this is me now. Okay, we're gonna do Anton's voice. Oh, what was Anton again? He was like, oh wait, and I'm a kid. I'm a kid. I'm Anton. This is gonna be Anton's voice. Hello. No, wait. Hello. Okay. Hello. The senior officer, who wore a grim expression, nodded. A boy had gone missing yesterday. His name's Vova. Is that a name? Look at this, please. Have you seen him? The policeman held out a photograph to me. I have not seen that cat. That I have not. Like, oh, the boy, you mean? Oh, okay. There was a ginger boy around the age of elementary school, pictured with a wall carpet as the backdrop. He had striped cat in his hands and wore a wide smile. Yeah, knew it, I have it. That's gonna, I don't know. Are you sure? Look closely. Where would I see him? I don't know anyone around here. I barely leave the house. Well, maybe you've seen him from the window. That's right. Your windows look straight at the forest, don't they? The window. 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 Oh, flashbacks. Do you mean the werewolves were the kid? No, I haven't seen anything. I see. Sorry if the voices change, I just make it up as I go, so. Oh, he looks like he's... What are you saying about me, bud? Do you think it's me? You want to go, bro? He sounded tired, but his eyes... His stare, long and heavy, was full of suspicion. I squirmed unwittingly under the weight of the guilt, which his giant shadow cast over me. The policeman finally tore his eyes from me and glanced over the hallway, the stairway and the cracks in the ceiling, which I haven't noticed before for some reason. How do you like your new place, by the way? Getting used to it? Bit by bit. It's just our little daughter misses the city a lot. Misses the city, huh? Have the locals been treating you well? Yes, everything is alright, thank you. The policeman pierced through me one more time with his eyes. My head started spinning. Oh my god, look at that stare. You want to stare off? We can stare off, buddy. I could do this all day. Oh, I blinked. Okay, you won. Oh, let's go. Can I help you somehow? I asked that in a shaky voice to look like a polite boy and to end this unpleasant conversation sooner. Now that I think about it, you look just like the one of my nephews, little fella. He's a witty boy around your age, wears the same type of goggles, ha! Always engrossed in reading those mystery novels. Told me he wants to enroll in the police school when his family visited this summer. Wanted to help other people just like me, see? I felt uncomfortable as a distant relative and not a police officer stood before me. You know what? Little boys like you stay at home, steer away from trouble. The times have changed so much. Mom interjected in a cold voice. You don't say. Ah, well then. What grade are you in, Tony boy? 6th. I'm in the 6th grade. 6th. Have you made any friends here so far? Not yet. Not yet. I'm going to school for the first time after the break. Anton's voice just changed a lot then. Ah, then I'll leave you my number, just in case. Call me if you have any new info. The policemen were going along with their shadows, the smell of cheap cologne and the photo of a smiley boy. Oh! The door shut, scared me. His face still stood before my eyes. I wondered what it was like for him, being all alone there. For some reason I thought of the forest, swaying in the wind. What did his poor parents feel? Uh-oh, the look again. The wife's given the look. What would my parents do if I... And what would my parents do if I'd gone missing? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Or would they accuse each other like they always do and forget about me eventually? Anton... this boy, did he go missing in our forest? Seems like it, poor child. I looked out the window, at the road. Ooh, swervy road there. Oh, that's a creepy road. Who's that out there? What are they doing out there? The police, the police UAZ drove off towards the village. The officer's nephew came to mind when I was splitting off old paint from the windowsill. I remembered all the teenage mystery novels from the Black Kitty series I've read this summer. Your average boys and girls investigate all sorts of mysteries there. They look for clues, spot on suspicious people. And after a set of amazing adventures, bam! Solve any complicated cases. They became local celebrities and must have made their parents very proud. I noticed a trail of policemen's footprints that led to the forest. And they clicked in my head. Why don't I start an investigation of my own? Maybe I'll find that lost boy. And I'll get a reward. Ola will be so happy. And not only Ola, Mum and Dad too. Maybe they'll even forget about their quarrels for a while, eh? Maybe I'll even save us from the D word. The D word. They meant divorce, by the way, not disco. I made that up. I fantasized about buying a Tamagotchi. I know that word, and getting a cassette player and a bunch of tapes for myself. Pulling down my beanie is what I just did. And a whole box of Kinder Surprise. Ho ho! When was the last time my parents bought us any toys? Fucking sons of bitches, buy your kids toys! What the fudge? I told him, I think. My dad had lost his job at the time. There's that annoying song about it. I had little to no idea what was the accountant job like. Account money, I think. This kid's going places. With his brain, he's going to be an astronaut or something. Neighbors used to envy us. But nowadays, Mum and Dad barely had enough money to afford sweets. Dad would always divide a single chocolate bar between me and Ola. Sometimes I gave her my share, too. No matter how much I wanted to eat sweets, she was still just a pipsqueak. I couldn't wait to go out looking for clues. I'm going outside. Yeah, right. You want the police to go around with your photograph next? Look at that stare. That is a death stare. Oh! Stop it, woman. Give me strength. The forest is thick. What if the boy got snatched up by wild animals or something even worse? Even worse? Echo through the hallway? I won't get far. I'll stay away from the forest. Did you hear what I said, or should I repeat myself? Better go pack your school bag or play with Ola. Ooh. The sound of splashing water came from the kitchen. Meant that the argument was over. Mum had the last word. Sons of bitches. Oh, I have decisions. So Mum said not to go outside. I don't know if Anton's a rebel. You know what? Listen to your mum, so I'm gonna go in here. Dark, stuffy closet. Oh, there's an axe! Whoa, that's just got a bad decision. Mum says it smells like mice, but how would she know their smell? Anton, doing the brain things, bud. She hates when I stick my nose in there. She's afraid I'll cut myself on the freshly sharpened axe. I like how it's freshly sharpened. Like, I'm gonna freshly sharpen this and face the blade towards the door after I've sharpened it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone does that. And I can't even be lured close to it. She thinks Popeye is living there. I don't know who Popeye is. I tried to help her fight her tears once. I opened the door and turned on a dim lamp so she would see there was nothing but cobwebs, dad's tools and scratched walls. She still didn't believe me. And I liked to hide in the closet and listen to Ola count outside. 1, 2, 3, better hide from me. And then drag her feet on the creaky floorboards, hoping that she wouldn't need to look for me in the cramped monster's den. Oh, so you can't. Oh, so that's just part of this. Well, okay, we'll go outside. Anton! I'll whip you if you make a single step out the door. Okay, I'll go. Well, you've left me no choice. What's this? Oh, what am I? Oh, I pressed on the cross. Okay. This cross had seen so many people come to our house. It was black as if it absorbed all human sin from the long years it was hanging under the ceiling. After Grandma died, Mum was going to take it off and hang a horseshoe in its place as a lucky charm. But she cut herself with the cross, sharp corner, and almost fell from the stepladder. Dad called it a sign from above and ordered the cross to be left alone in its rightful place. Okay, so what is that? Just context? Context? Lie to Mum. Okay, I'm being weird. What am I gonna... Oh, what's this? The decrepit and stain-covered calendar was only my favourite form of entertainment in Grandma's house. I remember waking up and running to the kitchen so I could tear off yesterday's leaf, first thing in the morning, as if the coming day would get lost in the Tangier forest without my help. One day closer to New Year's, one day closer to Grandma's funeral. What? I haven't touched this calendar for years now. Since the time they started writing dark and spooky death chants that only made me gloomy instead of funny proverbs and superstitions, to be exact. I grabbed a dusty calendar leaf without caution and tore it off effortlessly. I got there! Sadly, the spooky decryptions from my childhood were still there. 7 horses carry the log. If 7 can't carry, bring the 8th from a ferry. They're smugglers? Oh, what the hell? They will take it away and never come back. This is the fate the log cannot escape. I crumpled the grey leaf and threw it into the waste bin, hoping to get rid of the anxiousness that washed over me. It was spreading inside me like an ink stain on a blotting paper. Blotting... I said that wrong. Okay, great. Let's just lie to Mum and go outside. It was difficult to lie to Mum, but there was no other way for me to run away from home. What? He's running away now? And Mum, something's wrong with the TV. The picture is dim and there are stripes all over the screen. Mum's face became visibly distorted. Hey, you're killing me here. So have you had enough of shooting those stupid ducks now? Told you the scope will go dim because of your console. Where will we find a TV technician in this hole, huh? Maybe it's just the settings. Please go see for yourself. Strange, it worked fine in the morning. Maybe the snowfall caused that. Mum rubbed her hands clean and her apron and went to Ola's room. So where am I going now? Back to the front yard we go. Finally! Got outside. I opened the front gate and went into the field. Carefully so Mum wouldn't see me from the window. When I crossed half of the distance towards the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. Shut up, Crow, I'm talking. I remembered my nightly fears. I saw those silhouettes around here. They were jumping around, holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head, all of its own. In the light of day, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. The sun turned my nightmares to ash, but the aftertaste was still there, distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows crawling on the snow alongside me, and a very audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost scarred. Those trees look evil as fudge. Everything was silent. So silent it felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents, no Ola. Yeah, where is Ola? I haven't seen her so far yet. What's going on? The time had reached its limit, a one-way trip that ended at the forest piney stockade. Sometimes silence was much scarier than any scream. That is true. You watch the horror movies, that is true. My parents would scream at each other while arguing, and both me and Ola turned to stone, listening to them. But then always came the ringing silence. Our apartment became numb a couple of days before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time Mum and Dad joked around, laughing, or spent time together, almost like all of it was just in a previous life. When they kissed with Ola present, she always frowned and snorted in a funny way. Well, that's not good, is it? One day it all changed. Something important had left our home, and something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke out, and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though?
They were running from my rugged good looks. When you look this good, you do not have to know anything.
For the people with dead, cold eyes, who sometimes visited us in a previous home. So this is continued from the last house. Okay, so, righto. The eyes that only saw balls of worms on the black ground in everything. And somewhere far away a siren was going off, trying to warn us of the coming menace. Dot, dot, dot. Oh! Shit, that kid scared me. This kid, he's evil. Look at him. He's got that evil omen look about him, you know. He's gonna do bad things. I shuddered, chasing away my delusions and looked around. There were only me, this wide field, and the wind that was whipping up an icy dust and belts of powdered snow. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. It looked especially dark in the contrast with the blinding whiteness. Knobby tree roots slithered under the snow like fat snakes. Rotten leaves and conferous needles froze into the ice. I don't know that word, obviously. Dry, pickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some object was hanging from one of the pointy branches. It's a glove! Okay. It's a glove. I tried to get closer, drowning in the snow. When I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. It looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-dark. Should I take it to the police? Their senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of a Captain Casanova from my favorite TV show called The Streets of Brooklyn Lights. Okay. He was also anxious, with a tired look in his eyes, but still brave and strong. Will this mitten help them find the lost boy? Vova! I heard a distant shout. Looked like it came from the river. Vova! As if the trees were calling out to someone. Va! Resounded closer to me. Someone was standing there behind the trees, hiding. Vova! Knew someone was looking for the lost boy, but still, something was unsettling about that figure. Its stillness, how it was bent unnaturally towards the ground. Okay, we can't see him yet, so its blackness. Righto. There's no one there, just branches and roots. It's all just my imagination. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. Oh! Where did that come from? A shadow spewed from the tree and disappeared from my sight. I walked away for just a moment, but when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. So it was my imagination after all. Silence reigned for a painfully long time. My muscles were tightly sprung. My heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the thicket, and I'd sprint. But then nothing of the sort happened. Oh, that's a nice pose there, kid. That is one of the model poses there. Looked at the men once more. Run away, take, run away, take, run away, take, run away, take, baby. He's already gone outside, so why wouldn't you take it? You've already walked out there. They're gonna say, "Oh, was this yours?" At least you can find it first and hand it in. I decided to take the lonely mitten from the branch. Oh! Viva! Oh, what's happening here? A shout rumbled across the field and dissolved into the distance. No echo, no hope for reply. Okay. I stepped towards the bristle trees and tried to calm. I stepped towards the bristle trees and tried to claim my find. I didn't budge. I pulled harder. The branch cracked and the mitten tore off, landing into my hand with a squishy sound. All too heavy, wet. I squeezed it without making it, thinking that something dark spit from it, forming a tiny show between the mitten and the snow. Stream rose from the snow pile. I froze a blaze, studying my palms in disgust. Red! Red! The sound of crackling branches invaded the silence. I didn't have to think twice before running away. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking punch branches, closing the distance with giant leaps. Snow was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew through my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. I'll get dragged into the thicket. I'll be gone forever. But there was no one in voice, probably one for a reason. It was gave me strength, spurred me on. You can do it. Don't stop. Go. I heard an animal roar behind me. It was so loud, ears went numb. It felt like the sound had become back of angry beasts rather than a single one. Their nostrils sucked in freezing air. They sensed my fear. Two giant wings flapped over my head. An enormous shadow flew over the clearing. A hoot, a wheeze. The roars were coming from all directions now. From the dried up raspberry bush, from the twisted pine, from under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. It felt like I was inside a nightmare. The snowy clearing became vicious quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my leg from the mushy trap just to be caught in a new one, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was the snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was clutching my pants. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots slipped out and the hole in my soles were on a hard surface again. I reached the cliff path with one jump and from there ran to my house. Its gloomy facegate didn't look threatening now. The house was my line of descents from the shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were hidden in under the snow. I tripped over the doorstep and smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks, as if the dog was striking the wood with its paws, demanding to be let in so it could escape the cold. I had noticed those marks when I was leaving, the heartbeat in my ears, and much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in the front yard and Mum had locked the door? Draining in fear, I pulled the door off and obediently gave it away. I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Oh, wow. Porch planks creaked as my precious ascended the stairs. My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click it into place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side with a pitiful, flimsy barrow that was probably less useful than blankets. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelt of pine and sweat. Mum peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same French voice always used when talking to Dad. What exactly didn't you understand when I told you not to slam the door? I didn't mean to. I stuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone and the breath was too. If there was something in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 meters away from Mum, my feet were slowly weakening, melting like the snow in a spring with the last bit of strength I had left in my body too. My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I couldn't fall over. Oh, look at that look on Mum's face. Mum's expression changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mum looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants, plastered with the snow. Where have you been? Why did I tell you? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you too? I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her like when I was very little, and I wanted her to cuddle me. But Mum regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out. Your dad can't find his cigarettes. Be honest, did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? Hey, there's something chasing me. I thought. I started as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mum moved toward me and sniffed my clothes like a bee searching for the smell of tobacco. Then she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard. Her expression changed in an instant as she covered her mouth with her hand. Look over there at the fence. My heart started thumping as if it became prey. Once again, my pursuers were following me in the field. I could swear that I've heard something scratch at the door, like just in the nightmare. Mum beckoned me with her finger, and I gave it all my remaining bravery to look out the kitchen window, facing my fear. There were dogs chasing me. Oh shit! Kentucky Fried Chicken! I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in the snow through the icy winter patterns on the glass. Dogs! Just a small pack of strays, with no name and owner, barely reminded me of the hunger monsters that live on the edge of the forest. Hey boy, were you scared of them? I think they'd rather be scared of you. They were chasing me like a bunny. And what if they're rabid? The smile had slowly disappeared from Mum's face. Now she looked at the dogs as if it was her first time seeing them. What if they attacked Ola? I wish your dad could just shoot them all. Look, they're alive. How what? Are they your friend or foe after all? Make up your mind. You're not a little kid anymore. Mum sighed in annoyance. I felt so bitter that I bit my lower lip and fixed my gaze on the cobweb-ridden corner. Well, but some detective I am. Reality, I wasn't risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. What for? What use do I have for this? Mitten. Of course. A dark and sticky mitten that belonged to the lost boy who made a squishy sound in my head. Seems like I was clutching it the whole time. That's my trump card as a detective. I hurried to present this clue to my mum. Mum, look at it's Viva's mitten. The boy the police were asking about in the morning. It's drenched in blood. I found it hanging on a tree. I could show where. Let's call the police right away, like the officer told us to. Look. Ew. Shadow of doubt slowly crept into Mum's contorted face, as if she was trying to remember something distant, like someone tries to remember their dream, but their images slip away. Stop it this moment. Ola will go insane. Ola will go insane if she hears you. She's already had trouble sleeping in wines all the time. And you joke around like this? At the moment I realized the mitten was actually wet from the snow. Oh. There was no blood whatsoever. Wanted to sink through the floor from embarrassment. I'm here, my boy who cried wolf. Oh, don't just stand there. Come take your pills. So he's on pills. Okay, that's not good. A golden colored pill, reminiscent of a dead wasp, fell into my palm. I already took one during breakfast. Don't talk over me! I told you stay at home, and you. Dad would have given you a good whooping for that. Come on, take it or you won't be able to sleep at night. And you have school tomorrow. So I had to swallow the bitter medication, drinking it down with similarly awful water that gave off a taste of chlorine. Maybe it wasn't Favors mitten. Maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. Just like the forest monsters. I was, ow. Am I going mad? What's happening to me? Either pill had an immediate effect, or my overexerted brain didn't let the fear inside anymore. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawning indifference along with it. Anton, you're done. See, you can't do it when you try. Take off your coat. Are you asleep? No, Mom. I was just thinking. What about? I wonder. It's just something silly. Mum scrutinized me with a suspicious eyes, as if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son, and not some dope pilinja that came from the forest. I don't know what that word means, sorry. Is everything alright? You had the exact same expression when the policeman asked you about the window. I'm alright, Mom. She heaved a deep sigh. Fine. It seemed like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric had become discolored. Fingerprints appeared on the bathroom tiles. The light bulbs also felt different, dimmer and yellower. Even the survivor inside my mouth had a different taste. A melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. All was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episodes and switched to other tapes. I slowly changed into my home clothes. I stopped before the sink and studied my reflection in the mirror, like I was trying to solve one of these spot the difference puzzles. I went upstairs. Japheth and Logo's voices died down. Oh, that's the TV. I walked past Ola's bedroom and slipped into my own. Alright, we're gonna wrap it up here for this episode. Wow, the story is really building to something, isn't it? I'm loving it so far. It's bloody terrific. Yeah. So he's having delusions now. Well, it's not good. So, wonder what's going to happen in the next video. Tell me what you thought of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me if you like it or not. I like the story so far. It's pretty good. It's really interesting. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Stay wacky. Bye.
Do not forget to like and subscribe. Just hit the button in the top left hand corner there, and to your right, there are some other videos you might be interested in. So you're not going to subscribe? Hit the goddamn button for fudge sakes. Oh come on, what do you have to lose?